Okay, so inequalities. It's been a while since we've done inequalities, but we did work with them this year. We're going to add in word problems with inequalities. So that's kind of why we're reviewing inequalities here to start today's lesson. First things first, what do I graph from my equation first? What do I graph first? 8, right? That is my y-intercept. I'm going to graph 8. And then my slope is negative 3 over 1. So we go down 3 over 1. That line should be going down from left to right once you put that slope in there. Okay, am I going to have a solid line or a dotted line? Dotted. How do I know that it's dotted? Yep, there's no equal to under there. Very good. No equal to under there. Oh, that was not great. There we go. Okay, dotted line. We're going to shape. Y is greater than. Above. So if I put my hand on the line and I push up, that's where above is located. So over here would be above. Okay, the other review question that we have is basically the same thing, but it's not graphable yet. We need to solve for y first. What's my first step in solving for y? What do I do first if I want to get y by itself? Subtract 2x. Good. Subtract 2x. Make sure you keep the sign that you were given that you started with. Okay, we're going to divide by 8. And remember, when you divide each part by 8. Okay, negative 2 over 8x is the same thing as negative 1 over 4x. And 24 divided by 8 is 3. Okay, solid or dotted line on this one? Solid line. And where am I going to shade? Below. Y is less than. Okay, is this coming back to you? We're going to use these skills in every single question today to make sure we're good before we move on. Questions, issues, concerns? All right. So we're going to add in word problems. We're going to slowly read through everything that they give us, and then we'll start filling stuff in. All right. So we have a pancake breakfast where adults are served 3 pancakes and children are served 2. Together, they can be served at most 260 pancakes, the total number that's made by the chef. So can we serve more than 260? No. So it has to be at most. So I want you to underline the word at most. When you see words like at most, at least, those are going to be telling as to what inequality symbol you can use. Okay? So if it's at most, then everything needs to be less than or equal to your total. So we're going to go ahead and put less than equal to in for our symbol. Okay, and what's our total amount here? 260. Okay, so we're saying whatever pancakes are consumed here, or purchased, or whatever you want to say, by the adult kids, that total needs to be less than or equal to 260 pancakes. Okay, they tell you here X is the number of adults, Y is the number of children. How many pancakes per adult? 3. So we're going to write that as 3x. So 3 pancakes times the number of adults, which is x, plus 2 pancakes for each kid. part B, go ahead and rewrite your equation. Solve your equation for y. So get y all by itself. If you need to look back at what we did on number 2, you can. That helps you. You can do that. That should be your equation when you get finished rewriting. I kind of went over into my labels for my y-axis. Okay, we're going to go ahead and graph. Before we do that, we need to fill in our axes. So for x, what does x mean? Number of adults. Okay, and y means number of kids, or children, if you want to put children that sign as well. All right, you can go ahead and graph. So your y-intercept is 130. Slope is -3/2. Solid or dotted line on this one? Solid line. And we're shading below. All right, so part D, it says name 3 different combinations of adults and children that could attend the breakfast. So when we did inequalities before graphing them, we talked about the shaded region being our solution set, and that has not changed. So when you pick out these combinations, you're just going to find a combination within the shaded region. So for example, I could do the point 20-20, which tells me I could have 20 adults and 20 children, and feed them and stay under 260 pancakes. Okay? There's so many that you can choose here, so it's totally up to you. It just has to be in a shaded region. I have one more question on this one. Could I pick a point that's on the line? Yes, I could, because it's equal to. Okay? So for example, I could pick this one here, which is 40 adults and 70 kids. That would be valid. Okay? You can even do as easy as 2 and 2 if you want to. Like, I know that's kind of silly, but it's in there. That's totally part of the solution set. So you can do 2 and 2, 1 and 1, 5 and 5. All right, so I'm going to pull up Desmos. So you do not need to pull up Desmos. So just you stay where you're at. I'm just going to pull up Desmos for us. I already have the equation built in. So I just have in the original 3x plus 2y less than or equal to 260. So if you look at the very bottom of your questions, it says, are the following combinations of adults and children able to be served? So if we look at this combination of adults and children, we would write it as a coordinate point, 74-19. So I'm going to go into Desmos, and I'm going to type in that coordinate point. Do I have it right, 74-19? Okay. So now I'm going to see, is this, I'm going to zoom in. And make sure, let's make sure. It's on the line, so yes or no? Yes, so go ahead and circle that one. Okay, our next one is 52-54. So I'm going to type that one in. Okay, so this one is kind of tricky. If I was to zoom out, it looks valid. But if I zoom in, see how it's outside of that shaded region? So when you're doing these problems, make sure you're really careful about zooming in and making sure that it's actually in there. So that one we would not circle. And then our last one, 28 and 85. Put that one in. Okay, there's that one right there. That one's going to go. It's in that too. Wow. See, first, you circle the first one and questions, issues, concerns? All right, number 2, at the fair, a camp counselor bought food tickets for her hungry campers. The campers can use them to get hot dogs or burgers. Hot dogs are 2 tickets, hamburgers are 3 tickets. They purchased 36 tickets. What's our total? 36. Okay, so think about it. If we take the number of tickets and add them together, what symbol are we going to use? Can these be greater than? Can the number of tickets used be greater than 36? No. So we need to use less than. Can they be equal to 36? Yeah. Okay. Now, if I was a camp counselor, I would hope that if I purchased the tickets that they used them all, right? So let's try to get as close to 36 as we can. That's like real life. That's probably what I would think. So equal to would definitely be an option. Okay. So hot dogs is X. Burgers is Y. They told you that right there. Okay. If hot dogs cost 2 tickets, so we're going to write that as 2X plus 3 tickets for each burger, so 3Y. Go ahead and label my axes before I forget. Okay, rewrite in letter B, rewrite your equation and solve for Y. Go ahead and graph, see if you can get your shading and your correct line drawn on that horizontal plane. This one's very similar to the last question. We shaved down because we were restricted by that 36 total. And then your combinations can be anything in that shaded region, anything you want them to be. Now, if we wanted to max it out, we would choose something on the line. Okay, so for example, I could do 6 hot dogs and 8 hamburgers. that would max out to 36 tickets. Yeah.
Could we do 0 hot dogs and 12 burgers?
Absolutely. That's a really good question. She said, can we do 0 hot dogs and 12 burgers? You bet. It's great. Okay, you could even do 0 hamburgers and 18 hot dogs. You do that, awesome question. Okay, any other questions for me? All right, number 3, I want you to see if you can fill in the boxes on your own at the very top, or the table at the top. Go ahead and fill that in. Make sure you read everything. Okay, read everything before you fill that in. Look for those key words. Okay, look for the words at most or at least. That will help you with your symbol. All right, group, let's talk through this, make sure we got this okay. $20 per large dog, which is X, 15 per small, which is Y. Your symbol needs to be greater than or equal to, because think about a business, okay? They need to make $3,000 in order to stay alive in their business, okay? Would it be okay for a business to make more than the base minimum? Absolutely, that's what they really want, right? So the total that they take in, which is the 20x plus 15y, we want that to be greater than or equal to 3,000. Okay, now in this case, when we draw the line, if you're running that business, do you want to pick a dot that's on the line? No, because that's bare minimum. Okay, you want something that's pretty large there, okay? All right, we're going to rewrite that and solve for 1. My y-intercept is 200. I know that's kind of hard to see. I think next year when I make this document, I'm going to leave me a little bit more space on there. Each dash on your y-axis is 10, so make sure you're careful about that. Okay, on this one, obviously solid line, where should I shade? Above. So think about it, right? In terms of money, we want to shade above, okay? But if you're running a business, you want to max out as much as you can. So you can pick any coordinate points in there that you would like. you imagine having 270 large dogs and 100 small dogs? Whew. I mean, obviously they're running a business, like at a kennel, but yikes. You'd have to have a lot of employees. A lot of dog food to eat. That's great. Okay, do we have any questions? We feel okay on these? Yeah? Okay. Let's do a couple OST type questions here, just to kind of show you how this would manifest itself on OST. Student 10, and Tim is sorting his book collection into groups. He places each group onto bookshelves that can each hold a max of 25 pounds. So, can we go over 25 pounds? No. We need to have our total be less than or equal to 25 pounds. Whatever we add together here needs to be less than or equal to 25. His collection includes hardcover books at 3 pounds. How would we write that based on what we just did in the last 2 questions? 3 times 3x, okay? And then softcover books are 2 pounds, so we write that as 2y. Select all of the possible numbers of hardcover books that could be on one shelf. Okay, the best way to do this is Desmos. I'm going to create a new tab here. Okay, so let me type this in. It was 3x plus 2y less than or equal to 25. Do I have that correct? Okay. Now, it says on there to select how many hardcover books you can have. Hardcover is which variable? X. And we know that because it was 3 pounds for each hardcover. So we know that since we put the 3 by the x is what we need to find. Okay, so if I look at Desmos, okay, here is my main triangle. Do you see it? Right here? Here's my main triangle. Okay, so is what's the first number? 3. Is 3 part of my x values in the shaded region? Yeah. Okay, what about 4? Yeah. Okay, so 3, check it off. 4, check it off. Is 8 in there? Yes. What about 9? Probably not. But here's what we can do to check. Okay, if I tap here on this last, it's 8.3. So we know anything bigger than 8.3 is not going to be part of that shaded region. So 9, no, don't check it off. 12, don't check it off. We okay on that? Okay. The last question's a little bit strange, but, you know, OST can be strange. So it says, find the difficult slope of each graph below. Include units. Okay, difficult slope just means you need to read the axes. Okay, so if we look here, we start at 0. We'll just say we go up here to this first point. Okay, what is my rise? 6, and my run? 20. 6 over 20. Okay, now that we have that, let's put it in context. 6 what? My rise is 6 miles. Okay, over 20 minutes. Okay, so this is Mickey's bike ride. So you could say Mickey is traveling 6 miles every 20 minutes. All right, number 2, you can choose whatever points you would like. These numbers are a little bit small for me. What's the rise? Is it 20? Is the rise 20?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and what's the run? 10? Okay, now you can reduce it. 20 over 10 is the same thing as 2 over 1. Okay, what does my Y value mean, or my rise? Children's tickets and adults. Okay, so for every 2 children's tickets that are purchased, 1 adult ticket is purchased. You can say it just like that. Okay. You're done. Go ahead and try number 3 on your own. Oh yeah, definitely is. Okay, well, that's kind of weird. But if you think about Drew, right, he has a scuba tank, he's obviously scuba diving. In the Y values, which is 20, because that's our rise, that is the amount of air in cubic feet. And then your X, which is the 3, is your time in minutes. So we could say Drew uses 20 cubic feet of air every 3 minutes. You can say it that way. Okay. These kind of problems are something that you'll probably see a lot, and it would be mostly probably multiple choice answers on these. Okay, so if the OST gave you a graph like this, they would have you find the slope, and then they would say describe it. Okay, so then they would probably have 4 options for you to choose like how to describe it. So that's why we're practicing these a lot. That's not necessarily fun, right? But that's why we're practicing. The next part is practice. So I think you have about 3-ish questions. Go ahead and work on those. If you get done, I have a kind of a review of what we did last week up here that you can work on your own. Okay, so if you get the practice done, then you can come up and grab this.